Sammi. Today I'm going to talk about sound produced by the Longsnout seahorse, a study of their structures and functions. First of all, I would like to ask you a question. In what situation will we make sounds? Maybe when we want to communicate with someone, or maybe when we are scared of something such as spiders, snakes, and so on. And maybe when we want to attract somebody's attention. So there are some similar behaviors in seahorse life, and we will focus on 3 types of behaviors of seahorse. The first one is feeding, and the second one is courtship. Courtship is a behavior that animals want to attract each other to mate. And the last one is stress situation. In this experiment, we mean handheld, and we examine the hippocampus ready, and we can call it Longsnout seahorse. And so in this presentation, I will call it seahorse. They were distributed from Cape Hatteras to the Gulf of Mexico and the Brazil. And they were supplied by Holders Marine. It is a public aquarium in Vienna, Austria. The most sound produced by seahorse are generated by skull. In details, they are produced by a bony articulation, which is in the margin of the coronet. And all of you must curious, why do we choose seahorse to test? Because of their complex behaviors and life history. And such as low mobility, small home range, courtship, mate, and male pregnancy. So those provide a unique perspective to assess fish acoustic communication. And in this test, we want to know the types of sound uttered by the seahorses and the important significance of the courtship clicks and the possible role of growing sounds. So method, in the experiment, we put 2 males and females in the 2 tanks, and they are stayed in the environment which is filled with artificial seawater. Temperature will control about 25 degrees and salinity about 35. They were fed twice daily with frozen mysis ribs. And in each test, we put seahorse in the tank, and it was put on the vibration isolated table. And the tank walls were lined inside with acoustically absorbent material. And there are also an artificial plant and coral. And the front of the tank was divided into 50 sectors. So we can determine the distance easily. And the setup of sound recording, we use a video camera and a hydrophone. And hydrophone is a detector which we can record the sound in the water. And we put hydrophone in the center of the tank. It is 60 centimeters away from the bottom in feeding and handheld test. But in courtship test, we put it in the 7 centimeters away from the bottom. So we can, because the seahorse spend most of the time there. And next, we connect to equipment with hi-fi VCR, so we can record sound and seahorse behavior simultaneously. And SPL is the sound pressure level. It is calculated using the following equation. P is sound pressure of sound wave, and P0 is the reference pressure. So we use a logarithmic scale to measure it in the units of decibels. For example, the reference pressure to the limit of human hearing is at 20 micropascal. However, in this case, we set the reference pressure level. We set reference pressure at 1 micropascal. And in feeding test, we select 13 seahorse, and mysis ribs were offered to the seahorse, recording lasting until stop feeding around 15 to 36 minutes when the shrimp were completely ingested. And next, in stress situation test, we select 16 seahorse, and they were hold and positioned at a distance of 2 centimeters from the hydrophone. And recording lasted 1 to 4 minutes. And all of you must think that handling is artificial, but in the natural environment, they could be captured by predators such as frogfish. So through handheld, it could provoke them to produce sounds. In courtship test, we choose 5 pairs of seahorse, and those are from similar body height, and they were not fed during the courtship trials. If the distance smaller than exceeds 15 centimeters, it was considered as being apart, and if the distance smaller than 50 centimeters, we consider as being together. And each of pair of seahorse, they were observed from 8 o'clock to 11 o'clock on the first day and the second day. But on the third day, we observed them from 8 o'clock until copulation will be met. And the result, we find that there are 2 types of sound uttered by seahorse. The first one is click. It's like a click, click, click. It's a single pulse in feeding and courtship. And the other one is rolling sound like that. It is a series of pulses from handheld. It's a low frequency. Then we can see these figures. X-axis is the time in the units of milliseconds, and Y-axis is the frequency in the units of kilohertz. It is in feeding click, and courtship click, and handheld rolling. They show that seahorse utter higher frequency in feeding courtship clicks than handheld rolling. Additionally, it also tells us that rolling is formed by a series of pulses. 1, 2, 3. And in feeding and handheld tests, dominant frequency and sound pressure level are not significantly related to the body height. And also, there are no difference between males and females. In this table, it shows that males had higher sound pressure level than females. So it represents that males produce louder sound than females. And in these figures, it shows the number of sound different days of courtship. X-axis is the day during courtship, and Y-axis is the number of clicks per day. And we can find that females and males produce more clicks on the last day. And also there are special star marks on the figure, and it represents that there are significant difference between males and females. And there are some behaviors during courtship. And the first one is brightening. Brightening is that seahorse brighten their body coloration, and promenading is that they lower their head and move rapidly. And pouch pumping is that male tails move toward the pouch and inflate the pouch with water. And raising is that they raise their head, point the snout upward, and rise in the water. And we can see the pie chart. And it tells us that pouch pumping is the most frequently with click sound, around 63.6%. And the second most is promenading, it's around 25%. However, rising and brightening is far less than pouch pumping, normal 10%. Discussion. Feeding clicks are not related to the success in capturing prey. Maybe that may increase predation risk, so the significance of feeding clicks is unknown. And males produce higher sound pressure level than female, so it represents that louder sounds indicate higher fitness and higher success rate during competitive interaction between males. And click sounds are mostly produced by males. So it results from advertising their territories and attracting females. And growling are low frequency sounds similar to drum sounds. However, seahorse do not have swim bladder muscle like fish, so we guess that growling sound results from rapid contraction of other muscles, such as leathery trunk. The important thing is that a courtship call may be a ready signal to mate. And the possible role of growing sound is that it is an escape mechanism to startle predators. So in conclusion, there are two types of sound. The first one is click, and the last one is growling. And click happen in feeding, but the significance is unknown. And another one is happen in courtship. It is a behavior to attract each other, and also it expresses a ready signal to mate. And the other sound is growling. It happens in handheld, and it is a behavior to startle predators. So this is my presentation. Thanks for listening.
11 minutes. Angelica, Timmy, Tony, Becky. No, sorry. No, William. Henry. Okay.
So does the baby seahorse will produce the higher frequency of sound or the lower frequency, or bigger or smaller sound? Will it?
She asks, does the smaller seahorse will produce higher frequency or
Lower frequency or higher, or loudly?
Loudly. In the paper, it doesn't tell us the seahorse they capture was how the years. Yeah.
Age.
The age. So I think that they were examining the mature seahorse, so they can produce sound in courtship.
Timmy.
You have mentioned how you put a seahorse in the vibration isolated bus. If today you put it into the non-vibration isolated bus, will it significantly influence your result?
Yeah.
Ricky.
He asked me. We put the seahorse in the vibration isolated table. So if we not put in the isolated vibration table, did it influence our test? I think it's true. It is yes, and the answer is yes, because the vibration table will interference the recording, such as resonance. Like resonance.
Okay. Tony.
How they produce sound.
How they produce? In click sounds, they produce from the coronet, and in growling sound, they produce by the lateral trunk muscle. It is resolved from the coronet in clicking sound, and in growling sound, it produced by the lateral trunk muscle. Yeah, they sound different, but body strength.
Body part.
Body part.
William.
In the sound of courting, the sound of the seahorse want to mating. And why we choose 15 centimeter to define? If in 15
Oh, you say
centimeter.
courtship.
Yes.
Courtship distance. I guess the paper didn't mention why we choose 15 centimeter, but I guess that is a standard standard distance to test.
Okay. Mary.
Will this study improve the life or conservation of the seahorse? Do you have any ideas?
Repeat.
Will the research improve the seahorse life and or conservation here at seahorse? I think the research help us know more about the seahorse and their behavior. But in conservation, I think the best way to conserve is promote people not to eat seahorse as manpower medicine. Yeah.
Volunteer question. 1, 2. Okay.
In your result, the male will produce louder sound, and it will attract the predators, I think. And can you tell me what kind of predators will attract by their sound, or why this happens?
I don't mean that louder sound can attract predators. I mean louder sound can attract males, attract females to mate. Yeah.
I remember.
Here, the means SPL is mean the louder sound. So it in courtship test, it tells us that louder sound can attract female or a ready signal to mate.
Yeah.
In your methods, why does the males is less than females? Males has 10 and female has 11. Is there any relationships? In your methods, the numbers of females is more than males. Is there any relationship between this difference?
The number of males are higher than females. At least, is there are some relationship between that. I think in feeding test and handheld test, I didn't really know that, but in courtship that I can tell you that we select the same number of female of seahorse. There are 5 pairs. Yeah.
Okay. So I think you will agree that it's a very nice presentation with a lot of animations. So you can see that I think she made all the animations herself. So to make her presentation very interesting, so you have a vivid idea what the experiments look like. And very often she has these informative headers, and she has a clear, sorry you have so many slides, it's not difficult to find. Okay. She has a clear goal slide, so we know what this study wants to achieve, and she spoke very fluently, but too fast, a little bit too fast. And she has her tables remade. So the original table was full of many numbers, and we don't know where the key point is. And she used self-made figure. So this figure is self-made. And most importantly, I like her conclusion very much. So she used this kind of a little bit like a flow chart to show you what the main conclusion is, including observation, handling, and interpretation. So this is a very clear conclusion. Okay, So the main weakness I see in your presentation was because you prepare a lot, so you spoke really fast, really fast. Yeah, and you spoke fluently and fast. So sometimes even I, who have read the abstract and figures, found it a little bit difficult to really catch up because you spoke too fast. Okay, so next time I would say, because you used only 11 minutes, so either you remove some slides or you use the full 12 minutes. You can have your timer here so that you can speak slowly. Okay, and I think you should be able to look at the audience next time, so not just looking at your slide. And one way for you to consider next time would be, because right now you have your results and discussion separated, either you have them combined. So you interpret the data right after you show them. This will be a way to condense your talk, to use a shorter time period. So for example, you talk about the interpretation of the sounds. Maybe you just tell us your interpretation right after you present the data. Okay, so like you have an interpretation for this figure, I think. So maybe you just show them here. Okay, so then this will be able to cut down your time slide number. Okay, and you have one slide which I find it difficult to find now, is you talk about the different behavior, right? And that was a lot of text. I wonder if you will be able to find some interesting cartoon, so we know better what they are, and you don't need to read the long lines anymore. Okay, and yeah, that will be my main conclusion. But still, it's a very good talk. Thank you very much. So let's thank Sammi.